Number 10. The land where cash is dead. Welcome to Sweden, the land where order meets wilderness. It is the 5th largest nation in Europe, covered 69% by forests, yet home to only 10 million people. But here is the first shock for visitors. Cash is dead here. Sweden has nearly said goodbye to physical money. If you try to buy a train ticket, a coffee, or even donate to a homeless person using cash, you will be rejected. Many shops have signs saying "No cash accepted." Even public toilets require a card or a phone app. For tourists, this is terrifying. If your card gets blocked or your battery dies, you literally cannot survive. You can't eat, you can't travel, you can't pee. Beneath this modern surface lies a strict social code called Jantelagen, or the Law of Jante. It is an unwritten rule that says, don't think you are better than anyone else. This keeps society calm and equal, but for ambitious foreigners, it can feel like a suffocating blanket, where standing out or showing off wealth is considered shameful. Number 9. The women of Sweden. Myth versus reality. If you have ever seen photos of Sweden, you have noticed the stereotype: tall, blonde, blue-eyed, and beautiful. Swedish women are considered some of the most beautiful in the world. But if you come here expecting a traditional housewife, you will be shocked. Sweden is one of the most gender-equal societies on the planet. Women here are raised to be fiercely independent. They do not wait for men to rescue them. In the dating culture, do not be surprised if she splits the bill 50-50 or even makes the first move. They value equality over chivalry. There is a specific ritual you need to know: fika. It is a coffee break with a cinnamon bun, but it is sacred. It's low pressure. If you want to date a Swedish woman, don't ask for a dinner date. Invite her for fika. But remember, because they are so independent, the divorce rate is high. They stay with you because they want to, not because they need your money. Number 8. They import trash. After talking about beauty, let's talk about garbage. Here is a fact that sounds completely fake, but is 100% real. Sweden runs out of trash. The country is so efficient at recycling that they have to import garbage from other countries like Norway, the UK, and Italy just to keep their recycling plants running. And the twist: those countries pay Sweden to take their trash. Only 1% of household waste here ever reaches a landfill. The rest is recycled or burned to generate electricity and heating for millions of homes. It is a system so perfect that it feels like science fiction. Underground vacuum tubes suck trash from buildings directly to sorting centers. But perfection has cracks. Recently, scandals have emerged about toxic waste dumping, proving that even in the cleanest country on earth, dirty secrets exist. Number 7. The silence and the culture shock. If you move to Sweden, prepare yourself not for the cold, but for the silence. There is a saying here: talking is silver, silence is golden. Swedes are masters of awkward silence. If you take a bus, you will see every passenger sitting alone, staring out of the window. If the bus is full and you sit next to someone, they might look terrified. This isn't rude, it is respect for privacy. They don't want to disturb you. But the biggest shock is how precise they are. If you ask a Swede how big their apartment is, they won't say, "It's big." They will say, "It is exactly 39 square meters." If you ask when they are going on vacation, they won't say, "In November." They will say, "Week 46. Everything is measured, everything is efficient, and honesty is brutal. They will not flatter you. If you look tired, they will tell you. It feels cold at first, but once you earn a Swede's trust, you have a loyal friend for life. Number 6. The world's smelliest food. Swedish cuisine is usually safe. Meatballs, potatoes, lingonberry jam. But when they get weird, they get really weird. Let's talk about the biological weapon known as surströmming. This is fermented Baltic herring, basically rotten fish in a can. It is widely considered the smelliest food in the world. The smell is a mix of burning rubber, rotten eggs, and raw sewage. The fermentation causes gases to build up inside the can, making it bulge and look like it's about to explode. In fact, many airlines have banned these cans because they are considered a safety hazard. People strictly open them outdoors. If you open one inside, your house will smell like death for weeks. Number 5. Weird laws and Saturday candy. Sweden has some habits that will make you question reality. First, the kids. In 1979, Sweden became the first country in the world to ban spanking. You cannot physically discipline a child here. It is a crime, but they do drug them with sugar. There is a tradition called lördagsgodis, or Saturday candy. During the week, parents are strict, but on Saturday, chaos is allowed. Kids go to the supermarket and fill massive bags with candy. The average Swede eats 35 pounds of candy per year. Also, until recently, it was technically illegal to dance in a bar that didn't have a dancing permit. If you tapped your foot too aggressively, the bar owner could get fined. It sounds like the movie Footloose, but it was real life. Number 4. Is it really a happy country? Sweden is always ranked in the top 5 happiest countries. But is it true? The system is designed to remove stress. Education, free. Healthcare, almost free. Childcare, heavily subsidized. When you have a baby, parents get 480 days of paid leave to share. But this happiness comes with a price tag. The taxes are astronomical. High earners can pay up to 60% of their income in tax. And recently, the paradise is shaking. Gang violence and shootings have increased dramatically in major cities due to failed integration policies. There is a housing crisis where people wait years for a rental contract. So yes, people are happy because they are secure, but they are also heavily taxed and facing new social tensions that the glossy travel magazines don't show you. Number 3. The cost of living. Let's talk about your wallet. Can you afford to live here? Sweden is expensive, but maybe not in the way you think. Rent in Stockholm is brutal. A one-bedroom apartment averages $1,300 to $1,800 a month, and the competition is so high that people buy black market rental contracts just to get a key. Dining out. A basic dinner is $40 per person, but the real killer is alcohol. The government hates you drinking. Alcohol is sold only in state-run stores called Systembolaget. They close early, they are closed on Sundays, and the taxes are insane. A single beer at a bar can cost $10 to $12. However, you save on the big things. You won't go bankrupt from medical bills or student loans. It's a trade-off. You pay more for beer, but you get peace of mind for free. Number 2. The Pagan Festivals. To truly understand Sweden, you have to see their festivals. Beneath the modern atheist surface, they are still pagans at heart. The biggest day of the year isn't Christmas. It's midsummer in June. The sun barely sets. Everyone dresses in white, wears flower crowns, and dances around a giant pole that represents fertility. They drink spiced vodka and sing songs about frogs. It looks like the movie Midsummer, hopefully without the horror part. Then in December, there is Lucia Day. Imagine a procession of women in white gowns, singing in the dark, led by a girl wearing a literal crown of burning candles on her head. It looks like a cult ritual, but it is actually beautiful. And finally, the crayfish parties in August. Everyone wears silly hats, eats shellfish with their hands, and screams drinking songs. It is the only time the reserved, quiet Swedes finally let go and go crazy. Number 1. The Northern Lights and the Ice Hotel. If you survive the prices and the smell of fermented fish, Sweden rewards you with magic. In the far north, in Swedish Lapland, you find the original Ice Hotel. It is built fresh every winter from the frozen water of the Torn River. The walls, the chairs, and even the beds are made of ice. You sleep in -5 degrees on reindeer skins. In the spring, the hotel simply melts back into the river. And above it all, the Aurora Borealis. The northern lights dance across the sky in green and purple waves. It is a sight that changes you forever. Sweden is a land of extremes, silence, and screaming festivals, high taxes and free life, rotten fish and beautiful design. Would you be willing to pay 60% taxes in exchange for a free, safe life? Or is the cost of freedom too high? Let me know in the comments below. We have seen the perfect, ordered, and expensive life of Sweden. But what happens when you go to a place where nothing works, where the economy has collapsed, but the people are full of fire and passion? In the next video, we are traveling to Cuba to reveal the truth about the crisis and the survival. Like, subscribe, and activate the notifications. You don't want to miss it.